other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code QUICK for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code QUICK.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes, using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best, focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com, that's atechaz.com, and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now, you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K2.4 Rollins Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose pushing the buttons in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us to do our fan pick'em picks. And also Siege is going to be with us to answer your fantasy football questions a little bit later on. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. The last we saw Ralph, he had a quarterback. How are things now, Ralph?
We have another quarterback, obviously.
you have Huntley.
No. We have Gino.
Oh, that's right. You have Gino. Who has Huntley? Oh, crap. That's me.
That's you.
Damn it.
Yeah. You're a mess.
He's a Colts guy now.
Yeah. I got him. I got it all backwards. Either way, you're screwed. I'm screwed. We're all screwed, except for the Cardinals, who are doing amazing.
For now, yeah.
You think that's going to change?
Maybe. We'll see.
You're asking a bitch pigeon fan if his rival team is going to continue to do well.
I just wanted to hear if there was enough vitriol and hatred for the Arizona Cardinals in Ralph.
There is always enough hatred and vitriol.
At a time when he needs and probably hopes for a bit of kindness, in regards to the Seattle Seahawks having Russell Wilson dinged and out for likely 6 weeks. I'm going to give that likely 6 weeks. This is the time you would think kindness would beget kindness. So I was giving Ralph that opportunity.
Ralph is grouchy. Come on. His quarterback is down. His team is not doing well. His defense is the last in the damn league. Ralph is grouchy about this.
I'm pissed off, not grouchy.
See, there you go.
But the good news is he'll be back in time to play the Cardinals. And if we win 2 more games all year and they're against the Cardinals, it's a good season.
It's not going to happen. You know that.
Wow.
Well, we'll see.
Wow. We have other stuff we need to talk about before we get into doing our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. And remember, we have the new weekly prize of an NFL jersey. Any player, any team, any era, any size, home or away, whatever you want. That is the weekly prize now for winning the NFL fan pick'em picks. And by the way, thank you very much. I'm starting to come back to my original dominance. If you'll look at the standings, you'll see I'm at the top. I could again possibly not win the $1,580 because I work here.
You had 14 last week.
Yeah, I had 15 in the past. I had 14 this last week.
Wow.
So now that I'm bragging, I'll have 6 this week.
7.
We can only hope.
Yeah. Well, but listen, it's a long season made longer by more games. So you have plenty of chances to win that jersey, and you have plenty of chances to try to win it honestly, super fans. I mean, outright. Anyway, let's talk about some other sports real fast. Then the rest of the show is NFL. So remember, Randy, when we found out yesterday, that the Phoenix Mercury were like halfway through the finals.
Yes. We found that out yesterday.
Well, I felt bad about that, and so I figured you guys should know they won last night.
Okay.
They've evened up the series.
All right. I believe it was an overtime fashion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. I don't have much information on it. I don't even know if it was televised, but from what I understand, they were tied at the end of the half. Then they were tied at the end of the game, and it was a rousing overtime, amazing offense, 12-7.
The thing that got me to notice that the Mercury played last night was there was a lot of run on Twitter about the Phoenix Suns playing on the Mercury court earlier in the afternoon, and they had taped in the NBA three-point line, and a lot of people were saying it looked like a high school gymnasium rather than an NBA court, and the fact that Booker and CP3 was there at the game last night, rooting them on. I guess they stayed over after they finished their game. So that's really the only way I know anything about this.
That happened in high school too. The boys would play, they'd watch the girls.
Yeah.
Junior varsity would play, then varsity would play. It's not, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't make it like it's a big deal. You got to play. It was televised. What more do you want? What more do you want?
That's pretty much it.
Except for maybe a little promotion so we know it was happening when these things happen.
Like it was mentioned yesterday, that's up to the ESPN, and they're bad at their jobs.
Yeah.
So tonight there's a baseball game.
Yes,
And
there is.
I've never thought I'd say this, but go Giants.
Wow.
Because
wow.
I am temporarily a lifelong Giants fan.
Because of one urination session.
No, he tweaked in the pool. I don't want to get into it. Okay. So I'm annoyed still with the Dodgers, and tonight it's for all the marbles to go up to the next stage of the Major League Baseball playoffs.
That's right.
So I'm going to ask somebody who knows something about baseball.
So not talk to me.
Not you, Ralph. Randy, who do you think is going to win tonight? I mean, what does it look like with the Giants and the Dodgers?
Both the teams are fantastically put together. Both teams are deep with talent. It's going to come down with who has got the breaks tonight, because both of these teams are pretty damn equal. And Ralph, your Dodgers, I don't know. They've got a great team. I mean, they're missing Kershaw. That's going to hurt them in the long run, I think. But the Giants, they're kind of dinged up as well. Boy, I don't know, Jeffrey. Going into this game tonight, it's whoever gets the breaks. I think whoever scores first will probably win the game.
Ralph needs this. Okay? Because look what just happened to the Seahawks. I'm not going to root for the Dodgers, but I'm going to feel bad for Ralph if it does not go his way, because then sports is pretty much over for him for quite some time.
No, it's not.
What other teams you got?
The Lakers are getting ready to start up and make a championship.
You a Kraken
again,
fan
right?
or
no? I'm a Kings fan.
Kings fan.
They're
right.
so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll forget that.
The Dodgers have a great chance tonight, right? So Dave Roberts is making a great move by starting. He's starting Corey Knebel. He's going to get him a couple innings and then bring in Urias, and we'll see what happens. Bellinger's starting to hit, which is a great thing. When Bellinger hits, we win. So it's going to be a great game. It's great baseball. If you're a baseball fan, you need to watch this game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be classic baseball. And the funny thing with these games, it's happened so many times, are blowouts, which is really weird. So I'm hoping we don't see a blowout unless it's the Dodgers blowing them out. But
we knew you'd go that way.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to say.
We might see a one-run game, win at the last at bat. It could be a heck of a game.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go for either the hatred or the entertainment value, and that is tonight. I believe it's 6 p.m. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, nobody's going to watch the game now.
Well, they have to,
because the race setup with Randy White is on at 6 p.m.
Oh,
well. No, that's tomorrow night, not tonight.
Wait, tonight's not Friday?
No, tonight's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Oh, I was just going to go home. Well, in that case, it's not like tonight's game is that big a deal. So, yeah, you should definitely.
Tonight's game is a big deal. What are you kidding me?
I'm talking about Thursday Night Football.
Oh,
Not that
Yeah,
big a
I
deal.
won't be watching that. Tonight.
Yeah.
I'll be watching the ball game.
We'll explain all that when we do our picks. Right now, let's get to the text line, 888-368-1580. Thunder Snow says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm not a fan, but I hate the Dodgers.
Wow.
Go Giants.
Wow.
Blissful Hayes says, Carson Wentz, we're not going there, Blissful Hayes. I don't need to.
Really? Another day of the Carson Wentz
nothing
jokes?
You say is going to help or hurt me. So I'm not reading
And
that.
we're like 2 days removed from that.
Yeah.
That game.
And I've already talked about how he said leadership has to rise up. And I'm like, well, hey, whenever you're ready, buddy, whenever you're ready. Yeah, whatever works. Big Stanky says, 1580 for you, Jeffrey, is pocket change. You are correct. Fed Fan says, to get kids to come to our girls' basketball games, the PE teachers would offer them extra credit. Yeah, we were that exciting to watch. Oh, I'm so sorry for that. Lost Toby says, go Giants. I'm nervous for this game. Also, I owe a big bet on the Niners game. Where do I make the donation, by the way? I forget what that was. Who did you bet? And I say hold on to those bets until we do a live remote broadcast if we've won something. And you're supposed to write these things down, Keon. What was the Lost Toby bet?
I don't know.
You didn't write it down, did you?
I did not write it down.
Wasn't it something he was donating something to Arizona Sports Angels?
No, I'm scrolling back, but I don't know. You'll have to remind us, Lost Toby. Mr. Pink Eye says, who has the better record at the end of the season? Colts, Seahawks, Washington football team? Of these three?
Oh, come on.
I'm going to hazard a guess it'll be the Seahawks.
Yes. Good guess.
As long as Russell Wilson comes back. If he comes back messed up, then it's anybody's
Look,
game.
even Geno Smith is better than Wentz. I mean, we're going to win some of these games.
You are
you
are incorrect.
I am absolutely correct, and you will.
And listen, you know me, I'm not here to stand up for Carson Wentz by any stretch of the imagination. But a healthy Carson Wentz did what he did the other night, and you saw that 400 plus yards, all those things. Will he still be on his feet to find out who's right? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, seriously, Seahawks, as long as Russ Wilson's okay. If not, no, forget it. Let's see. Horton Ninja, haven't heard from you in a while. Says, hello, gents. After a surprising season, the Giants will put the Dodgers to bed without dessert tonight. Go Giants.
A lot of haters.
How's that a hater? It's a guy just supporting his team.
No, it's a bad team.
See, that's hater. That's a hater, Ralph.
Because they're both great teams.
See, you've just shown what the hater is. King of Kitten says, I was a Dodgers fan before I was a Diamondbacks fan. My mother's maiden name is Campanella. My family is from Brooklyn and LA, always Dodger fans. So tonight, I grew up in Tempe listening to Vin Scully call the games late into the night. So today, I'll say, go Dodgers.
Amen.
So there you go, King of Kittens. That's very well balanced and well thought out.
King of Kittens, is your mom related to Roy Campanella, the great Roy Campanella?
It's a good question. I'm pretty sure he would have said so. Let's see. Blissful Hay says, if I win the weekly pool, I want an extra small Kyler Murray jersey. A life-size replica, please.
Yeah, there you go. There's your whistle. Enjoy it.
And get it signed.
I hope it scratches your colon on the way out.
I might just buy a toddler-sized Kyler Murray jersey, sign it, put it in a little box, and pretend it's actually.
That's one for you.
Game worn.
That's one for you.
It's worth the whistle. I'll take it.
Yeah, you guys, everybody's always making fun. Little Kyler Murray, right? Little Kyler.
Funny.
Guess who's on top right now in the NFC West?
Yeah.
Little Kyler Murray looking down at you fools.
Don't know if, well, not for him.
And there's another one for you. We're just kicking it off on a good note today, aren't we, gentlemen?
I'm sorry, Randy. I'm sorry.
It's too easy.
Yesterday, I was
Ralph,
very
whose
disappointed.
Sea Chickens can't even win a damn game this year, and he's rooting for
I'm
the wrong
sorry.
team. And I got you now
I'm
picking on
sorry.
me for no apparent reason.
No reason.
And you avoided it the
I
entire
was
week.
so good about it all week long.
And all I need is a Keon to jump in with some snarky comment. I've got the trifecta of fools.
Ralph is a bad influence. What can I say?
I've been told that. So.
I can't jump in with anything snarky because we're gonna do our picks and we're gonna talk about Washington playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I don't need any smoke from anybody.
Oh, you're getting it.
I'm leaving it
It's
alone.
coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm leaving it alone.
You're going to get more smoke than sitting downwind from a campfire up north. Okay.
Yeah.
It's happening. Just get used to it. Mr. Pringle says, hey, everybody, did you know that St. Louis Cardinals already fired Mike Schlitt?
Yeah.
Yeah, they Schlitt canned him. This is a weird thing that they did that though, right? Because he was pretty good,
did a
and
good
he
job this
took
year.
him from worst to closer to first.
Well,
He got him into the playoff.
Yeah, I felt he was I don't know about you, Ralph, but I thought Mike Schultz is a wonderful coach. I thought he really turned this team around. They were in the kind of in the basement, struggling for life, and he got this team headed in the right direction. Hell, he got them all the way to the postseason again this year. I thank you very much, Mike Schultz. Here's your check. To see you later.
He did a great job. It's a shame. Makes no sense.
Just a shame the Diamondbacks don't have an opening.
Oh, they do. They should have one anyway.
They should.
Should have.
Good. Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Before the show goes completely NFL, a couple of baseball notes. Logan Webb and the Giant starter is a workhorse master. He helped me win my fantasy baseball league by throwing great games all season. Also, this is National Steve Bartman Day too, by the way.
Oh, today's the day.
One other thing that is NFL, Ralph, your sea loons suck. Thank you, Just the Tip.
You need to stay focused.
Fish Tank says, you guys getting up at 6:30 in the morning for the Dolphin Jags game, right? No. No, Fish Tank. Come on, man. Thundar the San Barbarian says, I agree with Randy's take on tonight's baseball game. It's going to be two great teams going all out. Here's hoping that Ralph is a very happy man after the final out, though. Let's go Dodgers.
Amen.
I will never read those as enthusiastically as they type them.
Yeah.
Thunder Snow says Cardinals win. Arizona Sports Angels gets $25. Toby put $25 on the Niners. Oh, that's right, Lost Toby. So go to arizonasportsangels.org and there's a thing you click on where you can go ahead and make that donation if you want to help out the kids. So appreciate that. Very cool. Baker's Cocky Ham says, I want a Geno Smith jersey with blood on it from when his teammate punched him in the face that time. Well, that would be a Jets Geno Smith jersey.
You can only get this kind of activity right here at the Fourth Dimension. Who else is going to bring that up on the radio?
Well, one of us eventually, yeah. Hefty Lefty says Kyler may wear a kid's jersey, but his pants need to be extra large the way he's been dragging his over defenses he's been playing.
Well, yeah.
Fed Fan says Randy getting mad at everybody is pure radio gold.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, yeah, but that's a bomb that needs diffusing or it doesn't stop going off for a few days. So I apologize immediately.
There'll be no radio show and just Randy yelling in his house.
Yeah. Did you ever see those old footage of when they test drop the nuclear bomb and there goes the house? There goes the trees. There goes the fake deer. Let's see. Big Stanky says, question for Keon Rose. If you are Urban Meyer, what if you win this weekend? What? Why is that a question for Keon?
I don't.
Why is he playing the part of Urban Meyer?
And what happens if I win this weekend?
I think he was asking is what happens to Urban Meyer if the Washington football team wins this weekend? Wait, but they're not playing each other.
Yeah, no, they're playing the Dolphins. This is a game that they could conceivably win.
Yeah.
And I imagine Urban is going to use that to say, well, I didn't go 0-16.
Big Stanky, I need you to tell me how many fingers you see me holding up right now. Just how many fingers you see me holding up right now.
Is he asking you if he's going to go bar hopping again if he wins, or?
I don't know.
I mean, don't you mean bar grinding?
Bar grinding.
Okay.
Because you have to leave the bar to bar hop.
Why is he asking you that?
Yeah. Okay. Big Stanky says, no. What do you think Urban does? Urban does if what? If Keon wins fantasy football this weekend?
I think he's asking what does Urban do
if he wins?
Yeah. And he
probably goes back and finds that girl at that bar and does her.
Well, no, I think what Urban Meyer does is
avoid
going 0-16 and still uses all of his misdiscretions and indiscretions as an escape hatch to go to USC. I still think that's where he ultimately wants to wind up.
Jagdog says Dodgers are Nazis. Don't root for Nazis. Go Giants.
What the heck?
That is.
That was serious.
Hold on.
That was straight fire right there.
CNN quote.
Fire.
All right. So here's the thing. We can't root for Nazis. And what if Jagdog is right? We don't know it. It's a horrible accusation, Randy. But what if he's right? What if one of the things they bring you into a room when they bring you to the Dodgers organization and they say, "I'll have a seat there, Mr. Kershaw. And let me see something here. You must pledge allegiance to the flyer." And then they're like, whoa, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Pledge allegiance. And now all of a sudden, Dodgers are all Nazis. It is plausible.
Sign the papers, Mr. Kershaw.
Wow.
How do you feel about hurting people? How many people has he plunked this year? Oh, there might be evidence.
Would you like a cigarette, Mr. Kershaw?
Something worth looking into. There's no proof of it yet, but just in case, you might want to root for the Giants tonight.
My God. So having a friend in the Dodger organization, I know that's not true.
I don't want to be on the wrong side of that history, man.
Yeah.
So
just saying, it's not like they're avoiding playing the Israeli national
So
team.
you can, according to your sources, Ralph, you can confirm the
Yeah,
Dodgers
I
are
have-
not Nazis.
Right. I have very good sources inside the Dodger organization that say that doesn't happen. I can guarantee that.
Now we have to take another look at Ralph. Mr. Pink Eye, thank you for that. Correction, says Navy Devil. Jacksonville's going 0-17. Everybody.
That's true.
Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, fellas. I think the Giants will take the cake. Unfortunately, not our Diamondbacks. By the way, winning or losing, one simple fact about all our football teams were almost always 3 downs from a punt. Senior Wake and Bake started baking early, it sounds like.
He went for 320 instead of 420.
Yeah. There's more stuff I wanted to talk about baseball wise, but we're going to run out of time. So maybe we'll come back to it later in the show. Right now, we have to take a break. We come back, we're going to do our Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks and figure out who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to get that jersey this week. Go to 1580thefanatic.com to sign up and still be a part of that pick'em contest. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. SimpleGreen.com.
The Arizona Cardinals continuing to get set for their matchup against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. The Cardinals are the underdog. Cleveland is favored by 3. The over-under at 49.5. This is despite the fact that the Cardinals are the only undefeated team left in the NFL at 5-0, and the Browns are 3-2. The other NFC West games coming up on Sunday. Pittsburgh, a 5-point favorite at home against the Seahawks, and the Rams are favored by 9.5 against the Giants. The NFL week, it begins tonight with the Buccaneers and the Eagles. Tampa Bay sitting as a 7-point favorite.
For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley. This has been your action update on The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk,
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Get it now.
It's on the internet.
1580thefanatic.com.
The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station. And coming up in just a little bit, that's right, 5 p.m., you got the Buccaneers playing the Eagles in Philadelphia. So we're going to get to that pretty much straight away. First, I'm going to clear up this text line, and then we will start doing our picks here. Let's see. FedFan says, question, since Jeffrey is in the lead, should I assume that he will change all of his picks tomorrow? Well, don't copy off my paper. Eyes on your own paper, Fed fan. She says, should I pick the opposite of what Jeffrey tells us today? All right. And I went back and looked, and I only changed 2 of my picks the next day because I went and I don't even think they were ones we talked about on air. I think these were some of the other games I didn't pay that close attention, because let me show you my sheet right here. When I put it together, I make little notations of the games of interest, and those are the ones that I focus on, and that's the ones we talk about on the radio. We don't talk about every single one of these picks. So I don't know why you'd want to copy off my paper, Fed fan. You do perfectly well on your own. But yeah, that is why. No, it wasn't all of my picks. It's just a couple. And it's okay for me to do it. It's okay for everybody else to do it. Because here's the thing. We go on the air on a Thursday and I say, well, I'll tell you what, obviously Cincinnati is going to easily beat the Detroit Lions. And then Joe Burrow gets hurt in practice on Friday, or some other thing happens. And I'm like, oh, hell no, click. I guess I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. It wouldn't be right to make everybody stick to their picks from Thursday from that unknown. And that's why in our contest, even for everybody, right up to game time, you can change your pick. I mean, game time, not just the first game on Sunday, every game time. So it's fair for everybody. Hefty Lefty says, I don't care about baseball much. Long as Boston loses, that's all I care about. But it would be cool for the Dodgers legendary Spanish announcer Jamie Jarrin to get one last World Series to announce in front of fans. This guy's a legend, just like Ben Scully.
Jaime Jarrin, he is, yes.
Well, it looks like Jamie on the page.
Yeah, well,
Jaime. All right. I don't speak Spanish, so thank you.
What's your?
Hey, Randy, your thing is making that noise again. Senior Wake and Bake says, I'll take 4 extra large old school Earl Campbell Oilers jersey. Where do I pick that up? Well, you pick it up when you win, and it's mailed to you, actually. Excuse me. Screaming Eagle says, hey, have you noticed Brent Musburger now adds the C when he says fanatic? Well, he always did. It was the other guy who was like, 1580, the fanata. But no, Brent Musburger is a pro. He always gets it right. All right, Randy, are you ready? Are we ready to do our NFL fan pick'em picks? He's dealing with some wires in there.
Well, yeah, the stupid cell card is stupid. That's all I got.
Okay. But are you ready?
Might as well, if you can live with it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Alrighty. Okay. First game up is the game I mentioned just a little bit ago. Tonight, Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Is this going to be a good game, Ralph? Or is this going to be an epic bleep stomp?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a boring blowout. Tampa Bay, I think, will just blow out the Eagles. I think it's going to be ugly. The fans will be booing and throwing things.
Okay.
So,
batteries, marital aids. Just, I don't know. It's Philadelphia.
There might be some marital aids.
Marital aids?
It's very possible.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
All right, Keon. Any hope for the Philadelphia Eagles to beat Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
There's a small window of hope, and that's that the Eagles defense has been better than anybody thought it was going to be. They've done a pretty decent job. Their secondary, not a lot of holes back there, but they don't score nearly enough. They're going to get stomped out by Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
All right, so Randy, tonight, Jason Pierre-Paul, Ryan Jensen, they are expected to play. Rob Gronkowski, Levante David, they are out. So does any of that have any influence on your thought processes? Because I'm imagining you're going to say Tampa Bay beats the Eagles tonight.
You know, it doesn't even enter into my thought process. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, even with a bruised thumb. Did you see how he's just kind of relaxed out there, just kind of rolling around, just playing ball? Give me Tampa Bay and give me a pretty good score. Give me at least 14-point win.
All right. Tampa Bay wins. That's all I'm going to say. What needs to be said more than that? It's not. You're right, Ralph. It's probably not even going to be close. All right, let's go on to the next game. It's an UGG Bowl. The Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm sorry, Fish Tank. You know it. I know it. We all know it. That is an UGG Bowl. Miami Dolphins are 1-4. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 0-5. Keon, I mean, I don't care what happens, but should we be rooting for Fish Tank? The Dolphins going to win this? I mean, I don't even know what's going on anymore with this UGG Bowl.
Nobody knows what's going on with any of this. In all likelihood, the Dolphins should have Tua. Like that ought to be able to tip them, maybe, because he makes less mistakes than Jacoby Brissett. I know he doesn't push the ball as far downfield or make as many of the big throws, but he doesn't make those mistakes that Jacoby, he holds onto the ball too long and it's a strip sack, or he throws an interception that's ridiculous. So there is a chance for the Dolphins, but I just think that team looks out of sorts, out of whack, and the Jaguars don't have anything to lose. Their coach is a mess. the organization is in disarray. And even Urban Meyer now doesn't have the pressure on him because of all the emails that kicked John Gruden out of his job. I'll go Jaguars here.
All right. So the defense for Miami, shouldn't they be enough, Ralph, to keep Jacksonville winless?
I would think so. I really want to. First of all, why are we going to London still?
I hate that.
I think I hate it. I think it's just stupid.
But
But
notice
anyway,
we're not airing those.
Yeah. I don't see Jacksonville winning this game. I mean, they could. I guess they could. But I'm going to take the Dolphins just because I just don't believe in Jacksonville at all.
Got a new coach, got a new quarterback. You have a horrible team. Traveling puts that much more stress on it. So I think the edge has to go to the Miami Dolphins, right, Randy?
Not necessarily, Jeffco, and I'll tell you why. There's a new nickname for Urban Meyer. It's called the Big Grinder, and he's teaching his guys how to grind games out. Remember against the Cardinals, it was a grind of a game, and so Urban has got the Big Grinder, has got his team all lined up and ready to grind down the Dolphins. Sorry, Fish Tank, I can't do it. This is where I think the Grinders get their first victory of the season.
Lost Toby seems to think that you should pick all visitor teams in those London games. Is that statistically the dominant team is whoever happens to be touted as a visitor? That's interesting. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. This one, a good game. Los Angeles Chargers playing the Baltimore Ravens. These teams are both 4-1. I feel like the Chargers 4-1 is a more formidable 4-1 than the Baltimore Ravens 4-1. Randy, am I just hating because the Baltimore Ravens beat my Colts, or am I right in thinking that there's something special going on with the Los Angeles Chargers?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Los Angeles Chargers have something special going on. Justin Herbert is quite cool, collected, and confined and confident behind that offensive line there. And he's got plenty of targets like Mike Williams, who he just used to torch the team last week. So give me the Chargers, and I think this will be a pretty good win.
All right, Ralph, what do you think, hater? Because since you're gonna have to put a spin on it because of my Colts, go ahead.
No, there's no spin. I agree with you. I think the Chargers 4-1 is more impressive. I like the quarterback. I like the offense. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I mean, the Ravens, don't they have the #1 offense in the league right now?
Do they really?
I kind of thought they did.
Ravens?
Maybe it's the #1 passing offense. Maybe. But I think they're right there somewhere. But anyway, I think this is a really high scoring game, but I'm going to take the Chargers. I like the Chargers. I think they're real.
All right, Keon, Chargers real, or Lamar finally got his groove back?
I'm going to go Chargers real. I do think Lamar has his groove back, but I just think that the Ravens are missing so many pieces. That's why you go down as much as you do to the Colts. That's the reason why you barely squeak out a win against the Detroit Lions. And credit to them, they find a way to get it done week in and week out, but that they just don't have the horses. They are missing key components of that team on both sides of the ball: linemen, running backs, defensive players. Like at some point, when you run up against a team like the Chargers, who are as complete as any team in this league, with a quarterback like theirs, I just don't think you can win that game.
Well, it looks like we're all on the Chargers then. So let's go ahead and take a look now at another good game. Should be, maybe, I don't know. Green Bay is 4-1 versus the Chicago Bears, who are 3-2, but they are at home. I don't know if that helps balance out the way things are going to look. Keep in mind, the Bears are without some players too. So Keon, who do you like on this one? Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers?
I actually have liked what Matt Nagy has done with the Bears now that someone has forced him to actually commit to Justin Fields. The offense is a lot simpler for Justin. They're not asking him to carry the team. They're running the ball really well. Even without Montgomery, they've been running the ball really well. I think it was Khalil Herbert, the running back that came in and carried that load for them. And then Justin Fields is only having to make like really simple reads. Hey, get it out of your hands really fast. And I've liked that. But they don't score enough points. And the Packers, no matter what you think about their defense and how exposed that defense looks, they score a lot. If you can't hang with them, you're not going to beat them. And I just don't see that happening with the Bears.
All right. So Justin Fields or Aaron Rodgers, Ralph? You see how I simplified it there, Keon?
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, this is an easy win for the Packers. They beat them 19 in the last 22 times. I don't think the Bears have a prayer in this game. Sorry, Bears fans, you're going to go down pretty hard in this one.
What say ye, Randy?
Well, I think the Bears will have a formidable running game once they get David Montgomery back and you add Justin Fields to the mix. It's a very mobile quarterback. And finally, you got a guy in there that's resilient, reliable in Justin Fields. He gets dinged up, but he keeps coming back and playing. So I like that connection, but not this week. Green Bay's going to win this game.
All right. So now it was not a surprise if I tell you I think that Green Bay is going to win. I've got them easily on this one too. This will surprise you. For the first time this season, I am picking the Indianapolis Colts to win. Why? Because they're hosting Houston. Just is it got to be more complicated than that? Is anybody going to tell me right now that I'm wrong? Anybody?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Okay,
No.
so there's no need to even do analysis on this. It's Houston. And I swear to God, if the Indianapolis Colts can't take care of business with Houston, I'm not watching them anymore for the rest of the year.
Can't blame you.
Still a fan.
Wow.
Still a fan.
Wow.
Can't blame you.
But I won't watch. Just not going to do that to myself. Why would I do that to myself? Let's move on to okay. I'm not even I was going to talk about Rams and the Giants, but no, forget it. That's horrible. Oh my God. There's so many injuries.
That's a get right. That's a get right game for the Rams.
That is a bye week for the Rams. That's not even fair to the rest of the conference, man. Let's talk about Sunday morning here on 1580 The Fanatic. That's right. The Kansas City Chiefs traveling on over and visiting the Washington football team. Now, there's some things you need to know about that. It's a very special game because in an effort to say, look over there, Washington football team is going to retire Sean Taylor's number 21
don't even get me
on
started
Sunday. And I'm pretty sure the reason is Washington football team in trouble. Look over there. Dan Snyder is in trouble. Look, we're changing the name of the team. You know what I'm saying? Every time something happens, they do something like this to try to distract you. Well, it's still nice to retire his number and all, but yeah, it's another look over there.
Yeah, people were saying they need to change the team name for ages. Dan Snyder gets in trouble. All of a sudden it happens. Oh, look, it turns out in some of the emails, they offered hush money to one of the women that came out and talked about the sexual harassment. Hey, look, we're retiring Sean Taylor's jersey that we should have retired a decade ago.
Yeah, he kept those cards till he needed to play them. And
I hate him so much. Like I can't even express in words. If I was going to die, my last request would be to be locked in a room with Dan Snyder.
Wow. That insinuation might drown, but still hold your pick there. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay, guys, listen, if anybody can come up and pick the Washington football team, it might help make Keon feel better. Now, here's the thing you need to remember. Both teams have the same record. They're both 2-3, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes hasn't really looked like himself, and neither has the play calling and offensive efforts and the defense. Give me a break. So there is a chance for the Washington football team here, right, guys? Can anybody pick the Washington football team to help make Keon feel better?
I mean, there's always a chance. Just when you start the game and you kick the ball off and that play begins,
right.
There's always a chance
Lightning
that some
strike.
miraculous, thing would happen. The
Meteor
skies would
hits.
open. The football gods would come down. They would take Patrick Mahomes up and they would leave. The clouds would close behind him. And then Kansas City would be so flabbergasted, Washington would win. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen this weekend. I'm sorry, Keon. You're my pal. You're my brother. I love you, bro. But Washington's going to lose this week.
All right, Ralph, can you help?
Well, I mean, the one good thing is that the Chiefs' defense is like the only defense to allow more points than Washington.
That is correct.
So that's a good thing, right? But
that is a good thing.
You're still screwed though, because they have Mahomes and he's going to get right against your defense, and you're going to lose. So
I have a question. Before I answer, I have a question. Who's the quarterback?
Jeffrey O'Brien, 1580.
Who's the quarterback for the Washington football team?
It's Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke.
That's it. I always forget who he is. So that's not a good sign.
Yeah, no. Turnover Heineke, I think his name is.
He's turned the ball over less than Mahomes this year, but
see, there you go.
Oh boy.
So far, Kansas City,
yeah.
Kansas City,
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah.
Kansas City. It's going to be Kansas City, and it doesn't matter what your offense does. I think, it's not even.
Sorry, Keon.
We tried. Keon. We did try.
I didn't want you to try. We all knew what was going to happen. We all knew how this was going to go down.
I didn't know for sure. I thought maybe one of these guys would have some kindness in their heart.
You didn't. You knew for a fact that
Randy sometimes makes bad picks.
I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect for Ralph.
All the time.
I think Ralph is a smart guy. There's no way. Randy's a smart guy, and he makes good picks as long as there's no bet associated with it. So that's really what the disconnection is. I didn't expect anybody to be as insane as to pick my team against the Chiefs. In a best case scenario, it's some bizarre shootout, in which case the team with Patrick Mahomes wins the game. That's it. That's it.
Are you gonna watch?
I'll start to. But I didn't watch the second half last week. So whenever it is that I think that this team's not trying, because that's really what the kicker is for me. If they're not trying, I'm out.
I got $10 that Keon makes it to halftime and then heads over to Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think.
Well, no, I'm going to go somewhere where there aren't TVs if that happens.
I bet he actually starts drinking. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we got the rest of our picks and other assorted things too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. This is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text MAIN to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text MAIN to 42424 right now. Text MAIN to 42424. That's MAIN to 42424.
Mortgage interest rates remain near historic lows. So whether you're wanting to lower your interest rate, take cash out to remodel your home, or pay off credit card or installment debt, now is the perfect time to refinance or purchase a home. Call David White at 480-244-6625. 480-244-6625 to review your mortgage options. And to take advantage of David's 32 years of industry experience, incredible customer service, and competitive interest rates. We shop the market for the best interest rates so you don't have to. So call David at 480-244-6625. That's 480-244-6625. Call David now to discuss your mortgage options and before interest rates go up at 480-244-6625. That's 480-244-6625. Don't wait. Call today and take advantage of the low rates. David White, NMLS 322907 of AmeriFirst Financial Inc. NMLS 145368, an equal housing opportunity lender.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The one is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station. And yep, we've got all sorts of stuff going on this weekend. Very excited for the weekend. Of course, Friday night, you got Coolidge playing Florence. It's the AIA football high school game of the week. Then on Saturday, college football, Kentucky is at Georgia. Sunday in the morning, not just cover your ears, Keon, but it's the Chiefs at the Washington football team. Oh. And then the Seahawks are at Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football is the Bills and Titans.
So you're saying I can't even escape it in my car?
No,
That's
you can't.
Fantastic.
When you go out to your car to weep, you'll want to turn the air conditioning on, and then you'll end up hearing it. So there's no escaping it. You might as well just start drinking now. No, I mean after the show. Anyway, let me get some texts in real fast. We'll get back to our picks. 888-368-1580. Let's see. Blissful Hayes says, I'd take Taylor Heineke over Carson Wentz any day. Yeah. Fed Fan says, sorry, Keon. Dan Snyder is an elitist. He and Ralph don't care about simple folks like us.
Wow. What does Ralph have to do with this?
Where'd that come from?
Damn.
You know, true story. I used to live in the DC area and people thought I was Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
They used to say, I was younger, obviously. They said I looked just like him.
I'm not seeing it, but
I don't either, but I would get stopped in the street.
That's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, really weird, but whatever.
Is before the beard?
It's before the beard.
Maybe that's it.
So maybe I look like an elitist.
I'm thinking to get some pictures, put them side by side and check that out. Hefty Lefty says, Steady Teddy versus Cover Girl in the Dude, Where's Your Coach Bowl. Bat Flipper. By the way, yes, we're doing that game here in a little bit. Hefty Lefty. Bat Flipper says, Keon, your Washington football team, it's a joke. They hire a minority coach to take take from a harassment suit and then all of a sudden want to retire Sean Taylor's number in the wake of a new email scandal. I hope you guys get blown out in all your games.
Well, they didn't hire Ron Rivera in the wake of any scandal, though.
But you're still cool, Keon. Go Niners.
Well, thank you. But yeah, they didn't hire Ron Rivera because of any scandal, but everything else that followed was clearly a diversionary tactic, and they're not good at it.
Hey, Randy. Hey, Ralph. You notice something?
What's that?
People will trash our teams as if we own them, but never then go, but you're still cool. They never do that for us, do
That's
they?
True. Yeah, I get all the hate.
It's not fair. Fish Tank says, as I mentioned earlier, I will be hammered in Vegas trying to forget that this game even exists. That is a good way of handling this. I have to agree with that.
I wish I were hanging out with you. Yeah.
King of Kittens wants you all to know that Sprouts Farmers Market has really tasty, good store brand cheese puffs in their chips aisle.
Well,
all right.
There's a notice.
Horn Ninja says, poor Ralph. Dodgers and Seahawks? Who did you piss off in a former life?
A lot of people.
Thundar Santa Barbarian says, unless Big Stanky is one of the other two people watching you on YouTube, he won't be able to see you holding up three fingers, Jeffrey. And what team brought Jackie Robinson into the Major League Baseball? It was the Dodgers. So that makes them absolutely not Nazis. The Giants, on the other hand, well, here's the thing. That was the Brooklyn Dodgers, not the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles is filthy with Nazis. Ask anybody.
Well, I think the Dodgers had to sell their soul to move to Los Angeles.
That was part of it.
The story. That's what I heard.
Satan was involved. Satan was involved.
Wow.
Satan. All right, so let's get back to our picks. Enough of this. Let's see. Where do we go next? The Grudenless versus other team that doesn't really have a coach either bowl. 3-2. Both of the teams have the same record. The Las Vegas Raiders with a new interim coach whose name I've already forgotten. Beneducci, Father Benucci. I don't know. And then the Denver Broncos. Not even sure how they're playing this game. Kind of feel like it's going to be Denver Broncos because, well, they haven't had any kind of weird shakeup. Teddy Bridgewater's back. So, right? Is he back?
He's back. Yeah. He was back last week.
He says steady Teddy. So, and then Cover Girl Carr with the eye makeup. I don't know, Ralph, what do you think? Denver Broncos or the Las Vegas Raiders?
You know, it just seems like when teams have this major event that happens, they come out that next week and they play great and they win.
Hasn't happened for the Jaguars yet.
Well,
that'll be this week in London.
But grinding is not a major event. Anyway,
depends on how you do it.
It's true. That's true.
Urban grinder.
And only for that reason, because honestly, this is a tough game to pick. I think maybe the Raiders kind of get together on themselves in the locker room and say, hey, let's go out there and get past this. And they find a way and they win this game. So I'm going to take the Raiders.
Randy, what do you think?
I agree 100% with Ralph. I think this team is going to rally around this coach, this interim coach. They're going to put all this ugliness behind them. They're going to pull together, and you're going to see a team that's been motivated and really wants to come out and send a message to the NFL. This is not going to knock us off our plan for this season. So I expect the Raiders to win and win big.
I think it's interesting that both you guys, your names both start with R, but you're both so wrong. The Denver Broncos are going to win this. Las Vegas Raiders are scattered, smothered, and covered right now. They are a mess, and I don't think that there's any way that this isn't a distraction. You've also got Denver at home in the Mile High. Absolutely got to go with Denver on this one. What do you say, Keon?
I'm going to go with Vegas too. I think that if they're motivated and they're able to pull together behind this, I saw Carl Nassib took some time away from the team in the wake of all of this, and I just think that they're going to play for their guys in that locker room. And you got the better quarterback on the Vegas side. I know that.
Can we be honest about something? Yeah. Carl Nassib didn't need a day off. He's just taking advantage of the situation.
I don't know about that.
I really need a day off. Yes. No, because he doesn't care about John Gruden.
I don't know that that's true. I'm just saying, here's a guy that you believe in. The guy comes in, he gives you this whole story about how we're going to win together. I've got your back and all of this stuff. That seems like a betrayal to me. I do think that Carl Nassib took the time off because he was just like, wow, I literally bought into this guy, and he turned out to be the crappiest of all people.
Well, I would go for the day off too. Right now. Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I need a day off.
Why do you need a day off?
Because I feel triggered by Ralph. I need to take a day off now.
We all feel triggered by Ralph. You're going to have to be more specific.
We just should leave right now. Ralph has been mean to me. I want to take a day off.
No, I don't accept those terms. I'm sorry.
You take that hat off.
Haven't we all?
See, there he goes again.
Taking a turn. I got Denver.
For the worst?
You got Denver. You got Vegas. You got Vegas. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Moving right along.
Now, the team with the better quarterback. I feel comfortable picking Vegas.
I just seen how Ralph does with the awkward silence.
I'm good with it.
Okay, so okay. I was gonna make a joke there, but I'm not.
It's okay. I know. I get it at home too. I go home and there's nothing. Sometimes for 5-6 days. It's okay.
Other married men going lucky. Let's move on now to Sunday night football. You got the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons without a quarterback playing the Pittsburgh Steelers with 2/3 of a quarterback. Randy, what do you say? Ben Rapesberger holds it together and wins another game, or does Geno Smith step up and make Ralph's dreams come true?
Honestly, I had a hard time picking this game. I had a hard time picking this game, and it all comes down to this: are the Sea Chickens going to play well with Geno? And Ben Roethlisberger is the starting quarterback for Pittsburgh, and he's been picking apart defenses his whole career. And what's the one spot that's hurting the Sea Chickens right now? It is their defense. So I kind of threw a quarter up. It landed with Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers, but I could change it at any second. I could change this at any second. That's how close it is to me.
I am probably not going to change it at any second, just for the simple statement you said, and that is, even with Russ Wilson, that defense is horrific. And with Russ Wilson, I probably would have picked the Seahawks anyway, because offense versus offense, I feel like the output of Russell Wilson and the Seahawks would overcome. He's not there. Ben is, and he's got a lot of great offensive weapons that he is finally well enough to get around to using. So it wasn't even a hard decision. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Keon?
Yeah, I got to go with the Steelers here. The one of the worst defenses in the league is Seattle. You're just not going to be able to have that happen and win football games. And Ben Roethlisberger this year has been really good against bad defenses.
Oddly,
he's looked horrible in every other direction, but as far as bad defenses goes, he's looked pretty damn good. And they're a top 10 defense in Pittsburgh in terms of points allowed. So you're asking Geno Smith to come out and put up a lot of points on a top 10 defense. I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
All right, Ralph, who are you picking?
I mean, does it matter?
Well, it matters to your picks total. I mean, I'm kicking your ass there too, but I mean, you got to make a choice.
It's going to be interesting to see the Seahawks without Russell. I mean, it hasn't happened since he joined the league. So this is a new thing for them. It's new territory. It's going to depend on Carson, right? I think if Carson can come out and they can run the ball, and they're going to probably try to do that. If they can run the ball against this defense, Geno Smith did look good when he came in last week. And if it wasn't for Lockett falling on that route, they had a great shot at winning that game. So, I mean, it was that close still. And actually, he moved the ball better than Wilson did that game. So not to say he's better, but I don't know what we're going to get with Geno. So it's up in the air. I mean, logically, I should take Pittsburgh because we just don't know what we're going to get with Seattle. But because I am who I am and my heart's black, I'm going to take Seattle. And hopefully they find a way to win this game. It's horrible that he has to step out on a Sunday night game. I think next week we're Monday night. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to be nationally spotlighted the next 2 weeks without Russell. It's going to be tough.
It is going to be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. They do have a crappy ass defense. I don't know if I can say that.
Sure you can.
But they need to fire Ken Norton. They need to fire him 2 years ago. They need to fire him today. He's terrible. He's taking their defense down to the bottom of the league, and hopefully they move on that soon. So I will take the Seahawks.
All right. You're all by yourself over there.
Yeah, I'm used to being by myself. It's fine.
Number 12. All right. Now, Monday Night Football is the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans. And that should be a pretty decent game there, right, Keon? I mean, Bills been doing great, but are they a paper tiger? But does that matter against the Tennessee team? I'm not really sure. What do you think?
Josh Allen has feasted on horrible secondaries. And look, here's another one for him to throw the football against. The only reason why this game is going to be even remotely entertaining is because you got Derrick Henry. That he's capable of keeping the Titans in every game. He's a big play, big run waiting to happen, sometimes multiple big plays and big runs waiting to happen. So I don't want to count the Titans out completely, but I'm going to go Bills in a game where you don't have a back end to your defense. Josh Allen tears you apart.
Yeah, fantasy football is the reason to watch this game. But Ralph, what do you say? Buffalo over Tennessee or Tennessee over Buffalo?
I'll say it now. My Buffalo is my pick for the Super Bowl in the AFC. I just think they're that good, and I think they're going to get better every week, and I'm taking the Bills here.
I don't know, Randy. I kind of feel like that Buffalo is a paper tiger, as I said. They're going to keep playing a soft schedule. Of course, they're going to look good, but in the future, we'll see. But as far as it goes with Tennessee, who do you got?
Well, Tennessee's strength is their run game, obviously, and Buffalo's strength on defense is stopping the run. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I think they're strong enough to stand up to Derrick Henry's onslaught. I think that their offense is strong enough to keep pace with anything that Tennessee can put on the scoreboard and exceed that. So give me Buffalo. I don't think they're a paper tiger. I think they're for real.
I kind of feel like they're not. I mean, they're a really good team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl good team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they are as good as they have looked against some of these other teams yet. And we've yet to see them face up against a formidable opponent. That comes later. So we shall see. All right. That's all we have time for in this hour. When we come back, the moment you've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, Randy White will make his pick on the Arizona Cardinals versus the Cleveland Browns.
I don't think anybody waits for this.
Sunday afternoon.
I know Ralph doesn't wait for this.
I love it.
We'll have this one last pick. And, of course, your guys' texts, 888-368-1580. In the next hour, we're supposed to have John. That's right, CJ Kaltenbach, our fantasy football expert, ready to answer your fantasy football questions. So get those ready. And I think he's on at 3:18. So be ready to go with that. We'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-09047774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The One is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us. Keon is in the control room pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar studios in Scottsdale. We have done all of our picks but one. That's right, save one pick. And we didn't do this on purpose, but it seems like this is happening every week, that we run out of time and then have to do our Arizona Cardinals versus Cleveland Browns pick right here, right now, before we move on. Your fantasy football questions will be answered in the next segment with CJ Kaltenbach from Fantasy Guru and EliteFantasy.com. So stay tuned for that. But right now, before we give Randy his say, Keon, what do you say? You know, this is Kingsbury's calling this a big test. It's Cleveland Browns at home against the Arizona Cardinals, undefeated Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, it is a big test. I mean, Kingsbury's absolutely right. This is a game where you prove yourself. Now, I think that the Cardinals have already played a few games where they've had to prove themselves. They've had to gut out a couple of close victories. But this is a game against a team that is considered a Super Bowl contender in the Cleveland Browns. When you look at what they're able to do on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. And they've got a couple of question marks on their team right now. You know, Myles Garrett, is he going to be able to play? Clowney, is he ruled out? Is he going to be able to play? But still, they're a talented defense. They've drafted well. They've been building this team for a while. And now we're at the point where they could test the Cardinals. And I think you could say the same thing about Arizona and how well they've been put together, what this team is so far. But if Kyler Murray is ready to go, and that's going to be my caveat there, I'm going to take the Cardinals. That they have proven that they can win all kinds of football games in a variety of different ways. The close ones where they have to grind it out, against Minnesota or against San Francisco. They've also beaten people down. So this is a team that is prepared to win in any way possible.
Yeah, and that's another good point, Ralph. Kyler Murray is a little dinged up in his shoulder. He's got a little bit of an injury there that was nagging at him. And we've said this earlier in the week. Talk about a bad poker player. He'll say, no, I'm fine. And then he grimaces every time you barely touch him or he moves. We don't know what what's his current designation with the team right now, but I'm sure whatever gamesmanship, you're not going to get the truth anyway. Right. But Kyler Murray, a little bit dinged up. So, what do you say? Easy win for the Arizona Cardinals, or this is maybe something that is going to show you who they really are?
Well, I mean, Randy knows better than anybody. You're going to get an unbiased pick from me. So, I'm just looking at the next 3 games the Cardinals have, and I got to be honest with you. And this has nothing to do with.
Well, we're really only asking you about this one.
I know you're asking about this one, but I think this is the start of 2 of 3 losses. I mean, 2 out of 3 they're going to lose. I think that this is a tough game going into Cleveland. There's a lot of unknowns, as Ken was talking about with a couple guys, but I think this is a good test, and I think Cleveland finds a way to win this game. I think the Cardinals will lose their first game of the year this week. They'll win next week and then lose again against the Green Bay. So I'm saying that's not a bad thing. I mean, you're still going to be 6-2, but I think this is your first loss. I honestly do. I think Cleveland is a great test for you, and I just don't think you're gonna be able to do it in Cleveland.
I am going to go ahead and say the Arizona Cardinals are going to win this game. Now, what that does is make my wife go, no, because she thinks I jinx it. I didn't jinx it last week. I was absolutely right last week, and I'm going to be absolutely right this week. And here's why: they got their scare. They got their scare with a W. Usually, you get your scare with an L, but this time they got their scare with a W when the San Francisco 49ers gave them enough of a scare in that game where a lot of the players were saying, yeah, we got complacent. We got to shake this off. We got to get serious. And I am sure they might have also been looking ahead at the Cleveland Browns because they know this is going to be a big test. This is going to be a game that will help them say, look, we are legit. This is for real. These Arizona Cardinals are heading to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and say they will be ready to go. They will be ready to win. And I'm giving it to them. Arizona Cardinals for the win this weekend. And now the moment you've all been waiting for with his pick, Randy White.
2 storied franchises. The Cardinals, established in 1898 in Chicago. The Browns, established 1944. Began play in the NFL 1946. 2 storied franchises that have passed through the epochs and the annals of time to meet on this Sunday in Cleveland. 2 storied franchises looking to make their mark in the NFL. The Cardinals, charter member of the NFL, finally getting some credit with an undefeated record as they enter into Brown Stadium. 2 storied franchises, but only one can be the victor. To the victor goes the spoils as the Cardinals unleash hell on the Browns in their own stadium. The Cardinals will leave 6-0 after the beatdown they will be giving to the Brownies this weekend. This will forever be known as Burn It to the Ground in Cleveland Town.
So I think he's picking the Cardinals. I think, yes, I think that's right.
Probably a close one.
Okay, yeah.
You got to burn it down in a close.
Yeah,
naturally
promoting something there,
as you do.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our picks. Don't forget to go to 1580thefanatic.com and get on over to Gridiron Games. If you're too late to win the $1,580 grand prize or the $500 second prize from Harman Solar, but you could win a jersey. That's right. We've got jerseys for our weekly winners. Just get more right this week than everybody else. And you've got yourself the jersey of your choice, whatever size, whatever team, whatever player, whatever era, whatever home, away, whatever it is you want, they'll make happen for you guys. 888-368-1580. 6132. We have a new texter here on the text line, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, wrong music there. There we go.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, new texter says, hello, guys. First time text. Been listening as much as possible for about 6 months. Love the show. Love the Cardinals. Love the Suns. Other pro teams in Arizona are a joke, though. So,
Well,
yeah, he'll fit right in, whoever this is.
wow.
Well, we got to get you a texter nickname 6132. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Or if you have a nickname you've always wanted, this is the only time in your life you get to choose your own nickname. So this is a very cool moment for you.
How about 2 out of 4 ain't bad? That could be his texter name.
Or maybe Randy could give you one of his many choices. We have, you know how when you go to a nice restaurant and they're like, excuse me, Mr. White, you're going to need a dinner jacket to eat here. And then they take you into the coat room and they're like, well, here's one you can wear. They like have loaner jackets and stuff. Well, this is better than that. Randy has a collection of unused texter nicknames, and he can suggest some that you can keep forever. So this is way better than that.
Yeah, the champagne of texters, Butterfinger, Firefarter, Crunk, Stoned again, God Handles, Butt Thunder, Angry Eyes.
Still waiting for Butt Thunder.
What?
I'm still waiting for a Butt Thunder.
Someone's got to take Butt Thunder. Come on.
It's a THUNDA, Butt Thunder.
Yeah. So, we got suggestions, or you can tell us a little bit about yourself, and we could help get you there too. 888-368-1580. And let's clear through some of the text here on the text line before we get over to Siege. Blissful Hayes says, that was nice to hear from the church lady earlier. Yeah, you sort of slipped that in there a little bit. That's probably I was a kid. I was like junior high. It's probably one of the first ones I ever did. Was the imitation of Dana Carvey doing the church lady. Watermelon says, go Raiders. Okay. Fish Tank says, is anyone going to tell Jeffrey the word wrong starts with a W? Anyone ever tell you that dolphins suck? All right, moving on. Wow. Sorry, Fish Tank. I just don't like to be corrected. He says, Ralph, due to the LA fans, do they start flipping cars and lighting stuff on fire when they win or when they lose? I can never decide with that fan base. What's going to happen?
Both.
So, yeah, either way.
Equal opportunity riders. Absolutely.
Yeah, stuff's going to be on fire tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you, let's say, have a car you couldn't pay off. You just park it in a strategic place.
Right. Just take it to Dodger Stadium.
And then the next day you're making a claim with the crispy charred remains of that car. That might be insurance fraud or smart parking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with smart parking.
Navy Brad says, greetings to the 4 of you men. For fantasy, I'm starting Brady since it's the Eagles. And Jeffrey, I'm in the running. I'm running with the Indy defense this weekend. That is not a bad idea against the Houston football team. Yeah. Now, okay, Navy Brad. I don't want to suggest that, because they got some hurt people on that team, and in fact, really pivotal pieces of that defense are both in the concussion protocol, and might want to really research that idea, Navy Brad, now that I think about it.
Yeah, because Davis Mills, quarterback of the Houston Texans, every now and then he shows a pulse. And if that's your defense, just be careful.
Xavier Rhodes and Andrew Zendejo, they're both in the protocols and keeping, well, I guess it doesn't matter for the defense, but Randy, you might want to know, Rodrigo Blankenship, still no update on his hip injury that made him kick like a mere mortal. So
they signed a kicker Wednesday.
It's a practice squad. They got themselves a just in case. So let's see, the Jet says, hey guys, and Keon, just a heads up. Wait, why are you doing that to Keon? What did he ever do to you? He says, I'm not golfing tomorrow, but I am getting on a plane in the morning. I'm heading to Boston for a long weekend. I'm not a Patriots or a Cowboys fan, but a buddy hooked us up with tickets, so we're attending the game. We have one extra ticket if any of you are interested. That's kind of mean, Jet, because last time we thought you invited Randy to, go golfing, and this time you're inviting him to go to something he can't do. It's not very nice.
I mean, I don't know what I've done to you, Jet.
I know.
It's
very personal.
My heart is broken. I don't know why you keep doing this week after week. You just keep you're texting in the show. I got an open for a foursome, and then you just rip it out of my hands. And now, hey, got another ticket. No airline pass. I got no way to get you there, but hey, I got a ticket for you to go to the game if you want to go. I just don't know what I've done to you.
I thought Randy was the bigger man after the whole golf fiasco. For it to happen again is just
This is almost too much.
In college, it's called targeting.
Wow. I don't know what I'm going to do. Jeffrey, I'm going to need a day off.
No, nice try. No. If I get fired, you can have a day off. I think that's about it. Let's see. Mr. Wilbur says, let's go Cardinals. Rise up, Red Sea. Ukla the Mock says, what about Texans Colts game that I missed? Your guys are going to lose. The Colts are finally going to win one there. Ralph's wife says, tell the Italian meatball he's getting a bit cocky on air and he better watch himself.
Uh-oh.
Jesus, Ralph, she's holding your jersey over the toilet. I'm not getting come around the corner here and take a look at this picture. She's actually she's folded it up and she's holding it right over the toilet, Ralph. That's she's meaning business right there.
Wow.
You know the difference between a toilet filled with your Seahawks jersey and a toilet filled with poop is, right?
No, what is
the toilet?
All I can say is if you don't put that jersey back, there'll be some stuff to talk about when we get home.
Basically,
it might get
easy.
That sounded scary.
Yeah, by physical, he means he'll ugly cry. So, all right. I'm trying to sort through some of the text here on who they're already putting questions up for CJ on the fantasy football. Let's see here. Okay, so our new texter gives us some background. He says, "Hey, I love my Harley and my 4 dogs. I'm 50 years old. I'm a construction professional, U.S. Army vet. Love this country. Sick and tired of snowflakes and the PC police. How about you can call me? Shut your mouth when you're talking to me." Okay, now slow your roll there, buddy. You're in a friendly place. That's that might be a bit aggressive, but we something to do with the snowflakes and the PC police and the fact that he's an Army vet. I don't know, Randy.
How about the steel brow?
Steel brow?
The steel brow,
like he's scowling at all these snowflakes.
He's got a scowl on his face. He's rides a Harley. He's got 4 dogs. Army vet. The steel brow.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think there, 6132. Let's see. Floppy Bumper says the only city where stuff gets burned down and cars get set on fire regardless of outcome of a championship, that's Detroit, my hometown.
Oh boy.
Kiss the Cook says Magic Johnson and nice try. Let's see. You're not going to get that one past me, buddy. Especially when you lead with Magic Johnson. That's a red flag all right by itself. Kiss the Cook says, I need a day off. Still suffering mental anguish with certain talking head. Hi, Jeffrey. Stepping on my poor sister's honor for a cheap laugh the other day. Wow. Oh, you're full of crap. Shut up. Rico Suave says, how about 1,000-yard stare as the new texter name? Well, that's not bad. 1,000-yard stare, kind of like
1,000-yard stare.
About Clint Eastwood scowl, How
about Grizz, which is short for grizzled veteran.
Ooh, Floppy Bumper says, how about you call him Patton's Hammer? That's not bad. Patton's Hammer. Navy Brad says, how about for 6132, call him Harley's Army? It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Bruno, sorry, something just went. There's a gnat in my face.
Rune Arledge.
Bruno Baller says, Ralph, not only will your jersey be ruined, but that will clog up the toilet too. It's not a good idea. 6132 says, I like it. I've been told I have the sledgehammer touch. Which one was that about?
Maybe he wants Patton's hammer.
Patton's hammer. Patton's hammer. My voice just gets deeper every time I say it. If that's the one, type it back. Make sure you're right. Fish Tank says, an opening for a foursome. That is the most searched phrase in Europe for Pornhub. Thank you. Now he's changed his name. He's like, whoa. I like Harley's hammer. Harley's hammer.
Harley's hammer.
Harley's
All right, lock it in.
Hammer. Locking it in, type it in. So now here's what this means. I don't know if I've said this since you've been listening to the show. But once I type it in, then we know it's you. So you don't have to say Harley's Hammer here. Blah, 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 blah. You just text in and I know who you are already. So there you go. And welcome to the Daily Blender, Harley's Hammer. Thanks for listening and sticking with us for 6 months. There's a lot of people who do that. I told you guys that happens a lot. The people will sit back, kind of watch, and they're like, they get nervous, like, oh, should I text in the first time? Should I text in the first? What if I say? What if they say? What if they don't like me? It's a weird thing for some people. So
wish my wife would stop.
She just jumped right on it. First time listener, long time caller. I hate Ralph.
Are you serious?
No. Cold Trickle says, go Giants. And Harley's Hammer says, got it. Thank you. In fact, I think every time I read Harley's Hammer, it's coming out like that.
Yeah.
Thundar the Sam Barbarian says, of course, there is a reason why those texter nicknames are unused. Oh, that was some little shade on Randy's collection of unused texter nicknames.
Hey, well, if you got better, send them in. I'll put them on the list.
Yeah, punk. Fed Fan says, welcome to Harley's Hammer. And Rico Suave says, this is the only radio show I listen to. Go Cardinals.
Good job.
Fed Fan also says, does Ralph live in Whoville and they have a dog named Max?
What the heck?
No idea. Just a Tip says, all the blabbering hateful Ralph from Harmon Solar has done about his sea loons and the reality of how bad they suck diminishes his viewpoint on the Cardinals. So you stay in your lane, you bearded George Allen. What the hell?
Wow.
He said he looked like Dan Snyder. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
He goes, or whoever the hell he used to look like. I don't have time to care.
Randy, are you texting that stuff?
Yeah, I see his hands are above the table.
Yeah. My hands never left my arms.
Floppy Bumper says, Randy's texter nicknames are awesome. Mine was one of those from the collection. So you keep it going, Randy. You the man. That's
Thank
right.
you.
Floppy Bumper.
Thank you. But we always look for more. We always encourage plenty of participation from the listening audience.
Hefty Lefty says, Hefty Lefty says, Ralph, do you use Just for Men everywhere but your chin? Why? Why are you doing? What did he do to you? Oh I don't know why. I think it's a lot of that hate you have for the Cardinals. It's coming back at you here.
That was really good. You have to admit.
Papa Mike
That was good.
says, great job, Randy. And hey, Jeffrey, I made it to one of your favorite flat states. Boomer Sooner, he says. Is that Kansas? It looks like Kansas. There's nothing there. Whole lot of nothing is either Iowa, Kansas, a little bit of Nebraska. Yeah. Let's see. Screaming Eagles got a question for Siege, and I'm just going to go ahead and mark that unread, and we will get to that when we come back, kids. That's right. Siege is going to be with us to answer your fantasy football questions next, right here on the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ian Eagle and Ross Tucker here from Westwood One with a preview of Thursday Night Football. It's an NFC matchup to start Week 6 as the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Ross, break it down for us.
Well, listen, Tom Brady and the Bucs offensively, they are a machine right now. So the Eagles are going to have to play like they did against the Panthers. That means the D-line's going to have to get after Brady, be opportunistic on the back end. But really, even so, I think it'll have to be Jalen Hurts' best performance, as the Eagles are just going to have to match them score for score. I picture it being a high-scoring game, and the Eagles have to hold serve.
Join us for all the primetime action, the Buccaneers at the Eagles, coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
O'Reilly. When you shop O'Reilly Auto Parts, you'll get the parts you need when you need them. Shop O'ReillyAuto.com and choose same-day curbside, same-day pickup, or same-day delivery. Powered by DoorDash. Now available at participating stores in your area. Trust the professional parts people to get you the parts you need today. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the ones who are always in the know.
Delivery confirmed.
For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, experienced staff at local branches, and free access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You might not know it, but your small business IT systems can leave you and your customers vulnerable. At Affinity Technology, we provide peace of mind by ensuring your computer systems are working and are safe from hackers and outside threats. We solve technology problems for small business. No confusing tech talk or black box setups. If it plugs in, we work with it. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes through the line. He'll take it to the house 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
Walks to the end zone. College football lives on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station. Getting very excited about the big championship race that is coming up at Phoenix Raceway, November 6th, 7th, and 8th. Isn't that right, Randy? Do I got the dates right?
I think so. Yeah.
It's that weekend, isn't it?
5th, 6th, 7th, I believe.
Something like that. It's that weekend. Yeah. And, of course, getting geared up for what's going to happen. You'll be sure and tune into the race setup with Randy White, 6 p.m. on Friday. I'm sure you'll hear all about championship weekend and whatever left turning is happening wherever it's happening here in the country before.
Well, now last weekend, which was a cutoff race, it was left turns and right turns. It
That's
was
right,
the Roval from Charlotte. Yeah.
That is a term that I now know because of you, Randy. I didn't know what a Roval was before. Now I do.
There you go. And if you listen to the race setup, you might learn even more stuff.
So the next thing that needs to be suggested, and it's not going to be Julie Giese because this is a proper woman running a proper track, a championship track, Phoenix Raceway, but someone somewhere saying Oklahoma probably could put together a NASCAR crisscross track. You know, like when you were a kid, remember you had the Hot Wheels track and then occasionally they'd boom right in the middle. A crisscross track. Now you'll get some people watching, Randy.
Now, see, when I used to go to the state fair, they had the old demolition derby out there at the stadium at the fairgrounds, and they had a figure 8 track. That's all right. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, it's already been done.
I want to see that in NASCAR.
Well, you could probably. Well, I don't know that NASCAR is going to do it.
Just tell me what I want, okay? Just tell me what I want. There's nothing wrong. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm asking.
That's true.
So
that is true. But if I do that, then I would not be helping your situation.
Well, we'll figure this out later. Right now, we're going to help other people's situation with their fantasy football teams. The Siege, CJ Kaltenbach from Fantasy Guru and EliteFantasy.com is with us right now to help answer fantasy football questions from an airport, if I'm not mistaken. Are you in the airport right now, CJ?
I am in the airport. How are you guys?
Are you in the airport bathroom?
No, I'm in like this phone room. They have rooms where you can like actually talk on the phone, but it's an echo chamber for sure.
Oh yeah. You could just step out of there. It'd probably sound better. And I'm sure those people out there would like to learn about fantasy football. They think that'd be fine. But listen, we already have some questions. If you're ready to start answering them,
let's go.
All right. So Screaming Eagle says, CJ, who to start? Emmanuel Sanders or Michael Pittman?
Pittman.
What? Seriously? Why is that?
Yeah. Pittman's like a top 15 receiver. He gets a ton of targets every week. He's a beast.
Oh, that's right. The Colts are playing a non-team this week. So, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Anytime it has to do with the Colts, since that is my team, I immediately bristle at the idea of anybody starting a Colt. So don't mind me. Don't mind me. Let's see here. We I'm scrolling through all these texts right here. I got to sort through some of them real fast. So, Randy, do you have any fantasy football questions for Siege while I get these straightened out?
I just actually was going to ask him, has he heard any news on Kyler Murray? Is this just a minor thing of him being capped in practice and limited as throws, or should I be looking at maybe replacing him this weekend?
I would be looking at replacing him. I've heard it's kind of a 50-50 toss-up at this point.
All right, so I have Carson Wentz and I have Baker Mayfield. Your choice?
Well, one's playing the Texans, so I would play the one that's playing the Texans.
Okay.
So here's the bigger question. Would you have ever suggested anybody pick up Carson Wentz for their fantasy football team?
I picked him up in a couple of leagues to start him this week where I had quarterbacks on buys. So, yeah.
I guess for this week only.
On the bye week.
For this week only, right? This week only, right?
I mean, I would hope you could have better options other weeks, but, he's not terrible.
Just a Tip says, okay, which of these, three should I play? Dalvin Cook, Latavius Murray, or Naheem Hines?
I mean, Dalvin Cook, if he's healthy, always goes in your lineup.
All right, there you go. Just a Tip. Random texter says, Booker from the Giants or Harris from the Patriots in my flex?
I don't think Harris plays, so I would play Booker.
There you go, random texter. Heckler Jones says, which kicker should I put in? Okay, shut up, Heckler. Boomer Sooner says, why Oklahoma, Jeffrey? Why Oklahoma needs the track? I don't know. I've seen their haircuts. They're the only ones probably dumb enough to do it. I just want a crisscross NASCAR track. That's all I'm saying. And I'm sorry, Boomer Sooner, but you're not from there, so you know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. I didn't realize that I was setting off a lot of Boomer Sooner anger at me. Those comments. Swave Dave says Carson Wentz or Aaron Rodgers. Seriously? Okay, Siege, what do you say?
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's like a no-brainer on that one, right? Even though Carson Wentz did go off for 400 yards the other night, that doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Well, okay, maybe it will against the Houston Texans, but you got Green Bay against Chicago, whose defense, can do okay. So why are you picking Aaron Rodgers?
It's because I don't bench Aaron Rodgers. Like, I just don't bench studs. So if I have a stud, I play them. I'm not going to get cute. That's how you really screw up your own weeks, and you lose weeks you have no business losing. Don't overmanage.
Don't overthink. Don't overmanage.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. I'm still trying to sort through. People have comments on anything and everything. Here we go. Mr. Pringle says, "Hey, Siege, Kyler Murray." Oh, come on, man. Or Muggsy Bogues. Come on. Keep it serious, people. Yeah, just trying to aggravate Randy. Let's see. Hey, Keon, you got any questions for Siege while I sort through these? These texts are going crazy, by the way.
Well, I've got one where first off, Brandon Ayuk is not playing this week. He's on a bye week, so I don't have to worry about am I gonna bench him and get 20 points out of him, or am I gonna start Brandon Ayuk and get 5? Because that's usually exactly how this works out for me on a weekly basis. So my flex spot, I've got Laviska Shenault. I picked up Khalil Herbert for the Bears because I thought he played all right last week, or Henry Ruggs. Who do you think, Siege?
Well, it's got to be Herbert with Damian Williams going on the COVID list. He's got the workflow to himself.
All right. That's a start then.
Hey, Randy, you got any questions? Or did I already tell you that?
You already asked me.
Oh, Ralph, it's your turn.
I've already
everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. So, Ralph,
I'll take a turn.
You got a really horrible team.
I'm not even going to talk about my team. Whatever. Maybe. How do you think Mayfield's going to do this week against that Cardinal defense?
The winds are going to be pretty brutal there. I think it's going to be a pretty run-heavy game. I don't think you're going to see much from either quarterback in the game.
So you think Chubb is going to have a good game?
Yeah, I think Chubb, Hunt, Edmonds, Connor, all going to have good games.
Okay.
All right. So Josh Gordon, he had a little bit of play last week. Are you looking to see him more on the field, or is this a guy you still keep just back on the bench and just wait and see?
Yeah, he's staying on the bench until he has a good game.
Okay. Random texter says, Samuel from the Redskins, worth keeping on the bench?
Yeah, he's been playing more snaps. I think he's fine. I wouldn't drop him.
Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, given what happened to Burrow last weekend, do I trust that he'll be in full form and play him, or go with Teddy Bridgewater against the Raiders since they might be in some serious disarray?
Burrow's going to be fine without P. Ryan and without Mixon. He's going to have to throw. I wouldn't stick cute there.
All right. Just the Tip says, which of these three, I'm sorry, my screen moved. Which of these three should I play? Brandon Cooks, DJ Moore, Sterling Shepard. Which two of those three should he play?
Not Sterling Shepard. Play the other two.
There you go. Average Joe says, I got to start two. Evans, Lockett, Chase, or Brown from Tennessee.
Boy, Chase and Lockett, I would go with, yeah.
So Chase and Lockett. Lockett, even though it's Geno Smith.
I'm not worried about Geno. He kind of looked good last week. 10 days to prepare. I'm not worried. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, I kind of thought, see, this is going to make Ralph happier than I feel like I want him to be. But yeah, I thought he stepped in there and he did fine. And that interception wasn't on him.
No,
and later on, when he did throw up a wing, just a prayer, I mean, that could happen to anybody in a desperation situation. Outside of that, he seemed to be pretty well dialed in and under control. And, he knows the system. So, yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Geno, holds his own, but I still feel like the Steelers are going to win that game. Rico Suave says Wentz or anybody else. Shut up, Rico. Heckler. I think this is a real question, but Heckler Jones says, should I put in Herman Moore or Galladay?
Who was the first one?
I think he's just jerking with us now. Harry Soap says Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs?
Aaron Jones, never Josh Jacobs.
Gotcha. And I feel that. Random Texter says, which Kansas City wide receiver does Gordon take snaps from?
Demarcus Robinson when it's all said and done, but it might take a while to get there.
Swave Dave says, wait, did he say Mixon was out? Did you say Mixon was out?
Mixon's trending the wrong way. Didn't practice today. I'm ruling him out. Just when I'm setting my lineups today, I'm assuming Mixon's out.
All right. Kyle G says, question about my bench. Who has more upside, Sammy Watkins on the Ravens or Durante Harris from the Saints? I'm looking to drop one.
I would drop Harris.
Okay. Shooter McGavin says Claypool or Emmanuel Sanders?
Emmanuel Sanders, but it's pretty close. If you think that Big Ben's arm's okay, you play Claypool. I'm just not a Steelers guy. I just keep thinking Ben's arm's going to fall off.
Yeah, I can't believe he looked so good the other day. It's just like any moment he's just going to shatter. Let me ask you this about Emmanuel Sanders. So let's say you got Emmanuel Sanders and you got Stephon Diggs. Emmanuel Sanders some weeks has looked like wide receiver one.
You're not benching Stephon Diggs. Never. Next.
Okay, I wasn't saying bench anybody. I was just asking. Well, thanks for all that amazing analysis. I appreciate that.
I thought that's where it was going. You're going to be like, should I bench these?
No, I was just asking you between the two of them, which one do you think will have a better season?
Stephon Diggs. It's the same answer I just gave.
Random Texter says, when is Bateman due back for the Ravens?
This week. My understanding.
All right.
That's my understanding.
All right, 888-368-1580. See, do you have any sleeper pickups? People who maybe need a little help from the waiver wire?
Herbert, if you don't already have him, I think that's a pretty good option this week. That's probably my favorite of the bunch. Pickups. Whoever's playing the Chiefs secondary is just so bad. You can just stream against them at all times. Same with the Redskins too, but that's the Chiefs this week. It's pretty quiet on the waiver wire. Not a whole lot to do other than Herbert.
Harley's Hammer says start Mahomes or Mayfield at quarterback.
Mahomes. You don't play any. If you can avoid a quarterback in that Cleveland Arizona game, you're better off for it.
Heckler Jones says, okay, real question. Okay, I'm not doing it, Heckler. I'm not doing it. Boomer Sooner says Derek Carr or Tannehill. Which one should I start?
Tannehill.
There you go. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, considering the Geno factor, would you go Lockett, Kareem Hunt, or Cortland Sutton in full PPR?
Hunt is going to be really nice in that wins game, but I don't know if I'm betting Lockett. It's either Lockett or Hunt. That's pretty close. I guess I would lean Lockett, but it's close.
Boomer Sooner says Derek Carr or Tannehill. Which one do I start?
Tannehill.
All right. Thundar Santa Barbarian says, Ralph, that was very well earned, smug. See what I'm talking about? Arm raise in Jeffrey's direction when CJ backed you up on Geno Smith. And that is a great cap and t-shirt you're wearing today. Does he work for you?
Yeah, he does. He does now. I mean,
yeah. Hey, Siege, tell us what you think about the future of the Seattle Seahawks without Russell Wilson.
I think they'll be okay. You know, I don't think Geno's going to be that big of a downgrade. The biggest problem is their secondary. Can they stop anybody?
No.
They haven't shown ability yet. I don't think the offense will be the problem. It's really the defense.
All right. Heckler Jones, stop it. I'm not even going to read your text if you keep sending that in. Although that's not a bad question. Randy, this one might be for you. Caribbean jerk or honey barbecue?
Honey barbecue.
There you go, Heckler. You actually got one in that was for real. This is the Siege, CJ Kaltenbach from Fantasy Guru and EliteFantasy.com. And where can they find you on the Twitters there, CJ?
Yeah, at the Siege DFS.
There you go. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we've got On This Date in Big George's sports history and other important information on the NFL stuff you need to know. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This Movember, here's to mustaches in all their glory. To the first peach fuzz ones, the lopsided ones, the unexpectedly sexy ones, to the black, brown, and red ones, to the stately salt and pepper ones, to the ones grown by the men we love, the ones grown for the men we love, those with us today and those never forgot. A mustache in Movember is a powerful thing. It helps raise funds and awareness for men's mental health and suicide prevention, prostate cancer, and testicular cancer. So rally a crew, friends, family, coworkers, and take on Movember together. And there are plenty of ways to get involved in Movember, even if you can't grow a mustache. Help us change the face of men's health. Go to Movember.com and let's get this hairy party started. That's Movember with an M as in mustache.com. Movember is a registered 501c3 organization.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-0904774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The One is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
Some people can't handle sports around the clock. If they only knew what they were missing. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's sports betting station. Now, FedFan explains about you living in Whoville and having a dog named Max.
Okay, good. Let's hear that.
She says, well, the Whoville question is because Ralph's heart is 10 times too small, and he's the same color as the sea chickens a lot of times. So that's why she's basically calling you a Grinch.
Wow.
And she says, and by the way, after hearing that Movember commercial, I'm ready to work on my mustache. Oh, dear. Don't do that. You can do whatever you want, I guess. I mean, it's none of my business. 888-368-1580. Bruno Baller says, Harley Hammer. But you'll notice the weekend starts on Thursday here on the Blender. Huh?
The weekend is every day of the damn week for the Daily Blender.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to anything.
Yeah, no.
Fish Tank says, the Coyotes have been playing for 40 seconds and they're already down 1-0.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be a long season.
That sounds right.
40 seconds into the season. How do you know what kind of a season it's going to be?
Just the Tip says, that was some very good advice from Siege. Even though he's not answering my questions about the Blender team, he's given advice I can use on other teams. But sometimes he sounds like he's using a Maxwell Smart shoe phone or sitting in a cone of silence or something. Hot Chub Time Machine says, hey, guys, I know you can tell by my name where my fandom is. Hot Chub. That would mean he's a Cleveland Browns fan.
Yes, he is.
He says, I say the Browns for the first 3 quarters. Then who knows what'll happen.
Well, good luck to you this weekend.
He says Chevrolet is a 45-minute team.
Not sure I follow the reference there.
Chevrolet.
Was that just like a bad voice text for Cleveland? How do you get Chevrolet out of Cleveland?
I thought he came out of Detroit.
Chevrolet is a horrible brand too. Bat Flipper says, hey, Fed fan, maybe mustache is why you're single. You might want to.
Wow. Damn. There's been a lot of this today. Straight fire.
Yeah, there has.
This might actually be the meanest.
Is this? No. Well, you're new.
In terms of not to any one person, but just fire going every direction.
Yeah, I need you to Google Eric Cohen on the Daily Blender, and you have to go back a few years and listen. But
this is kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Papa Mike says Boomer Sooner should have given it away. Oklahoma is where I'm at. Oh, because you just said Boomer Sooner on there. I thought, I got confused. That's that's what Oklahoma looks like.
It's OU, Oklahoma University.
It's very sad. Yeah. A lot of no pollution and no people. And I think everybody in this picture is the amount of people who are happy to be in Oklahoma.
Oh, damn.
It's just all you see is a desolate landscape.
Just digging the hole deeper.
Hey, if Oklahoma was anything, nobody would be here. They'd all be there, wouldn't they? So,
a lot of people love their Oklahoma, man.
Well, a lot of people shouldn't be in Arizona then, huh? Random texter says, Jeffrey, how can you say Chevrolet is a bad brand? The Citation, the Chevalier, the Equinox? Come on, those are some classics, brother.
The Chevette?
My mom had a Citation. And she was taking me to the hospital when I had my appendix out at 15, and I threw up out the side window, and nobody even noticed. It was weeks later. And then, of course, my brother had a Chevette. A lot of people don't know this. First car made completely of plastic, and the Cavalier was kind of cool in the 80s. I remember this cool dude had a Cavalier. It was it was all sleek looking and stuff. And then I was like, hey, can we go for a ride in it? It's like, yeah. So we went for a ride. I'm like, you can just drop me here. I'm embarrassed. That motor is horrible. This is a piece of garbage. So yeah, it's a bad brand. Rico Suave says, you mean Squidward? Yes, I mean Squidward. Heckler Jones says, that guy was a nerd. Just the Tip says, depends on where the mustache is, though. I personally love Fed fans' input. Depends on where the mustache is.
Just leave that.
Oh my
walk
God.
away. Everybody walk away.
Wow.
Fed fan says, I can't wait to meet that texter. The Jet says, I hate when you give somebody an absolute amazing compliment on their mustache and then she deletes you from Facebook.
Right?
Fish Tank says, Randy, if you can name 3 Coyotes on this team right now, I'll try to have more faith. But now we're down 2-0.
Well, I can't. So there.
I can. There's Kevin, Larry, and Stan. What did I win? I have pretty good chances. Good Cat says, howdy, gentlemen. Howdy, Good Cat. Ukla the Mock says, come on, dude. I had a Chevy Monza, and it was badass when it. when it moved.
Worked.
When it, yeah.
Monza.
All right. So we should probably do this before we completely forget. I was going to do this earlier, but whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back to the year 1964, Billy Mills, a Native American Marine lieutenant from Kansas, who was given no chance in one of the best 10,000 meter fields ever assembled, shocked the world when he won the gold medal at the Tokyo Summer Olympics. Mills was a complete dark horse who barely qualified for the United States squad and was considered a 1,000-to-1 shot. Mills, now 82, lives with his wife in Sacramento. Okay. He's the only person, it should be noted, who has ever won the 10,000 meters for the United States. That is the only American winner.
He's the only guy ever?
Billy Mills.
Wow.
So there you go. That was a good one, George. Thank you for that. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, you leave my Sooner people alone. I live there also. It's not a bad state. And, well, a lot of stuff comes out of Oklahoma. A lot of petroleum, a lot of weeds, a lot of corn, and a lot of great NFL players come. So, yeah, Jeffrey, give me my due here.
Wind.
I'll give you
dirt.
I'll give you my don't. How's that? Let's see.
After Mark Andrews saved my ass last week, I can attest lots of good NFL players do come out of Oklahoma.
Well, by way of Oklahoma.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, maybe not born in Oklahoma. Big Ted says Browns will win the game 28-21.
Okay. Good luck.
Thundar Santa Barbarian says Oklahoma Sooner. The sooner we're out of Oklahoma, the better. Navy Devil says I have to take a Cleveland and wipe my Browns now. Go Cardinals. Kyle G says my dad had a Chevette and he hated it until he got a Pinto. And then after that, we just walked to school.
Wow. Talk about 3 strikes in 2 cars.
Random texter says, don't the Sooner people drive Chevys? I don't know. Hey, can I just say this? There are some good Chevys. Back between 1965 and 1975, the Impala, the
69 Camaro.
Camaro was a great car until it got like all 70s.
Yeah.
The Chevelle.
Oh yeah.
There are some really nice muscle cars that did come out.
Supernova. Supernova.
Can I just tell you, my mom had a Nova, so
I'm not talking about the Nova. I'm talking about the Supernova. I'm talking about
Supernova.
Yeah, it had the bigger motor in it, and it had the beefier transmission. Supernova.
It just looked like the Nova, so it didn't do anything for me. But I mean, I get it. Some people do like the Nova, and the older Novas, those were kind of badass.
Yeah.
So yes, there were some, but anything post 75 or so, garbage. And that's where that thought process came from. So there. Purple Nurple says Hobby Lobby came from Oklahoma. So, take that for what you want. Fish Tank says, in honor of Keon, I'm going to walk into the Vegas Sportsbook tomorrow and bet the money line on the Phoenix Mercury.
Okay. I thought I was scared for you for a second, Fish Tank. I thought you were going to bet the money line on Washington.
Yeah.
In which case, no.
He's drunk, not stupid.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, please. Whew. All right. No.
Bruno Baller says, last time I drove through Oklahoma, it cost me $7 in the turnpike, $3.50 to get on, $3.50 to get off. That's it. Yeah, get in, get out quick. The Jet says, Jeffrey, you forgot to mention highways. Highways are the best thing that ever came out of Oklahoma. You mean the highways to get you out, or they invented them?
No, I think that's the first, what you said. I think that's what they mean.
Navy Devil says, I've been to Oklahoma, and you know what it reminds me? One giant QT truck stop. Ukla the Mock says, sorry, Boomer, they fish with their hands in Oklahoma. There is something wrong with that. Boomer Sooner says, you know what? I had a 74 Nova. I took the air cleaner cover, turned it upside down, and got more horsepower. Sounded really fast, but it really wasn't.
Not really.
Just the Tip says, Randy, what are the chances of fourth dimensioners sending in text for the race setup that you can use on the show?
Oh, you could do that all the time. We have a Twitter feed. If you're on the Twitterverse, go to at the race setup. At the race setup, you can direct message us and we'll answer your questions on the air. If you want to, we have to record the show because of different reasons right now. If you want to, I mean, I guess you could email me blender at 1580thefanatic.com and I'd be glad to answer your questions on the air.
All right. So we need to talk about something. I want you guys to not feel bad about your teams. Okay. I don't want you to feel bad about your teams. Okay.
Too late, but try, I guess.
Well, you
Porky on, man.
Because Jim Irsay, the owner of my Colts, is telling me that they're going to win at least 2 Lombardis this decade, which means you guys will not have a chance. I'm sorry.
2 Lombardis.
Okay.
Yeah. He has said, he says, Colts Nation, don't worry. We're going to get the horseshoe, at least 2 Lombardis this decade. And as sure as the sun rises and the seasons change, it's coming. And don't you ever doubt that ever. You will see greatness. Believe, and you will see. He actually typed that and or said that.
Was he on a trip when he said that?
Still drinking is what it is.
Dude's got a lot of mushroom stash in that house. And so with that, I think I know where he's coming from. I think he has figured out a way to make it happen because the Chiefs have been on the phone looking to trade and acquire Marlon Mack. So I think Jim Irsay is like, okay, you can have Marlon Mack for Patrick Mahomes.
He's playing hardball, like right out the gate.
Right.
He's just okay.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I like the ambition.
How they're going to put this thing together, but with Patrick Mahomes in a Colts uniform, there's no stopping us.
There is no way in hell.
If you could
Patrick
make that
Mahomes
happen,
ever leaves Kansas City.
Come on,
Missouri.
man. You always give me crap saying, oh, you got to be more positive about your Colts. Oh, you got to be more positive. And I've been very realistic. And everybody's like, Jeffrey's depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm realistic. The one time I get positive, first thing you do, Randy, is shoot me down.
I didn't shoot you down, but there's no way Patrick Mahomes is leaving Kansas City.
And he said positive, not delirious.
To be honest, I don't want us to have to pay $500 million either. Yeah.
Now, look, if Houston gets on the horn with you guys, you do a Marlon Mack for the troubled. What the hell's his name now? I don't even remember. He hasn't played in so long. You get him up there. Okay, now we're talking positivity.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Now you got something in the hamper here that is meaningful. But Patrick Mahomes, come on.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, at the very least, is kind of a dirtbag. At the worst, he's a criminal dirtbag. If he's not a criminal dirtbag, do I still want him? He's kind of a dirtbag. I don't know. Don't know.
Kind of dirtbags have been powering the league forever. It's almost impossible to root for an NFL team and not have rooted at some point for kind of a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Or even criminal dirtbags, but the kind of a dirtbag that they're everywhere.
Yeah, well, there's even been accusations against Peyton Manning, so I get you. Rico Suave says, hey, is that guy on the ratio with Randy Chief from the morning show?
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't, by the way, he didn't spell it Chief. And if you meant to spell it that way, I can't say that on the air. Rhymes with Chief.
Wow.
Wow. Can't say that. Thundar, the San Barbarian, says, my first car was a 76 Pinto, and I survived, but I did learn from that experience. These days, I drive Toyota. What was your first car?
69 Buick LeSabre.
Oh, my God. That was
Nice.
huge. And that motor.
Yeah.
That was why. That motor, right?
Yep.
Smooth, wasn't
Keon,
it?
what was your first car?
A 99 Camry.
Okay. So,
which my brother after me drove. It lived forever.
Yeah, because you had to take everybody to school.
That is correct.
Randy, what was your first car?
My first real car was a 74 Ford Pinto hatchback.
You're lucky to be alive.
Dark blue.
My first car was a 72 Ford Maverick, but it had all that horrible trim off, and it looked like a muscle car. And I got it tuned up pretty nicely too. I really loved that car actually. That was a fun car for a brand new driver.
I changed the motor in that Pinto 4 times. Kept going to the junkyard getting motors.
Wow.
That's surprising because usually, a lot of guys with the Jeep crawlers back in the day, I mean, I don't know if they still do it, but they would take those Pinto motors and put them into a Jeep because it gave them, I guess, more power for crawling. So
they were peppy little motor. Yeah, I had the standard. I didn't have the automatic.
You drove the hell out of that thing then, didn't you? All right. Well, listen, that's it for this edition of Car Talk and the Daily Blender. And God knows what else you want to call this mess. Ralph, thanks for being with us. May God have mercy on your team this year.
And on you when you get home.
So are you going to be like insufferable, more insufferable when Russell Wilson comes back, or are you going to still be humbled?
I'm never humbled. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, well, then get your licks in while you can, kids. All right, we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia